During this time of the season, most farmers become idle because there is no agricultural activities going on during this season, except the farmers or those farmers who cultivate along the valleys. Most of them uh, around streams that normally have something doing during this time of the season. But as a farmer, there are certain activities or certain agricultural activities apart from the normal or the traditional way that we always go about that as a farmer you can do during this dry season. So I just want to share with you some few agricultural activities that as a farmer you can do during this time of the season. My name is Samuel. This is Farm with Samuel. Do well to subscribe on YouTube and on Facebook at Farm with Samuel. Just stay with me as I share with you some few agricultural activities that as a farmer you can do during this time of the season, which is termed as alternative livelihood in agriculture. Just stay with me.
So what is alternative livelihood in agriculture? Alternative livelihood in agriculture refers to income-generating activities that can supplement or replace traditional farming practices. These alternatives are often sought by farmers to diversify their income sources, reduce risks associated with agricultural activities, and enhance overall economic resilience. So why the need for alternative livelihood? One, it contributes to food security. What do I mean by food security? Food security means all people at all times to get access to food at any time and also at an affordable prices. It also increases income. You know, apart from getting yourself involved in the traditional way of farming, these alternative livelihoods also increases your income when you harvest your crops, and also if you have these activities going on. This helps boost your income. It also prevents dependency. Some farmers depend on other farmers to help them to produce or cultivate their crops. After harvest, they just deduct the cost and then they share the interest from what they have produced. It also reduces vulnerabilities and also enhance self-resilience. So if you involve yourself in these alternative livelihoods, it will help you, with this all importance. It will help you. Some of the activities in these alternative livelihoods. One, we have value added processing. you know, Mostly I can give an example of Asante Ashimno here. We produce plantain a lot. And then most of the times when plantain become abundant in the community, some farmers use plantain to fill potholes. When you go to the market, you see plantain, rotting on the paths. So you can use plantain as flour. And if you produce in excess, you send to the market and then you don't have markets, you don't get people to buy. You can, process it into flour and then later it will be used for other purposes. Rice is one of the crops that can also be processed into flour. You can use rice to cook bakun, rice as porridge. So it can also be used to do other things. We also have tomato. We all know that we have tomato as our second wood apart from plantain. So you can also involve yourself into processing of tomato as tomato puree, tomato jam, and then others. One other alternative livelihood activity that you can also involve yourself in is aquaculture or fish farming. For farmers who have access to suitable water, can this alternative livelihood can offer income streams for farmers. You know, this It's not something that you should go in. I mean, say you want to do it big, you can start from somewhere and then you end at somewhere. So this is also one other alternative livelihood that can help you as a farmer, apart from this traditional way of farming, I mean, growing your crops and others. One other alternative livelihood that you can also involve yourself into is beekeeping or apiculture. I mean, when I say apiculture, it involves the management and cultivation of bee colonies for various purposes. I mean, bees are kept for honey and then royal jelly, propolis, and then bee wax. All these produce that comes out of beekeeping can be used for different purposes. I mean, when you go into beekeeping, you can get honey, bee wax, propolis, and then royal jelly. I mean, the honey is used for home consumption and then other purposes. The royal jelly can be used for pomade and then these hair creams that we normally use. So you can see the benefits that you get out of beekeeping if you involve yourself into it. One other alternative livelihood activity is mushroom farming. You know, uh, one thing that makes this very lucrative is that all the materials that you can use to, you know, set up these alternative livelihoods are available locally. You don't need to, import them from somewhere, other countries before you get them here to start up. So you can get them locally to, boost production. So mushroom farming is also one of the activities you can involve yourself in alternative livelihood in agriculture. So it's one of the profitable industries or agribusiness in agriculture that you can involve yourself in with no investment, no less space. And mushroom cultivation or mushroom farming can help you a lot. The materials that you can use to produce mushroom, they are also available locally. Like one other aspect of the alternative livelihood practices or activities that you can involve yourself in is also snail farming. Most farmers go for snail hunting, and you can bear with me that for when you go to the market, you see that there is shortage of snails in the market or at the market. It means that during some period of the season, there are no snails or you can't find snails to even buy. Even if you go to the bush, you can't find snails. And also bush farming, bush burning has also, led to these snails, the disappearance of these snails. So if you involve yourself into snail farming, it will help a lot. I mean, one snail can lay eggs about more than 500. So if you have this, and then you rear them to some stage that you send them to the market, it will increase your income, then you get money for your crop production. Even if your crops fail, some farmers produce crops that at long last all the crops destroys. So if you involve yourself into these alternative livelihood activities, it will help you a lot. One other aspect again that I want to mention is livestock and then poultry production. When we talk about livestock, we speak about wide range of animals. You can go into goats, sheep, piggery, and other animals as well. If you have cattle, you can sell their milk and then the meat as well. Goats and sheep too, you can sell them live, and then you can sell their mutton and then sheepborn as well. If you go into poultry production, you can also sell eggs and then chicken as well. So, involving yourself into this alternative livelihood will help you increase your income. You'll become dependent and also contribute to food security. Two that I want to mention, and then I'll bring my, education to an end for this session is rabbit farming and then grass cutter. These are also two that you can involve yourself into, mostly grass cutters. You just go to the bush and then hunt them. If you get one, then you come to rear them in the house. You can get multiples of them that, and when you rear them to some stage, you can also sell them. The most important thing as a farmer you have to consider is that it is very important to note that the suitability of these alternative livelihood options may vary, depending on climate, market demand, land availability, and other available resources. So as a farmer, you have to carefully evaluate each option and then consider their own interest, their strength, and the market dynamics before, proceeding with any alternative agricultural livelihood. So I want to encourage you as a farmer, even if you are a beginner and then you want to involve yourself into agriculture, don't just look at only crop production. But there are a lot of agricultural activities as I've mentioned. We have value added processing, aquaculture or fish farming. We have apiculture or beekeeping, mushroom production, big livestock for poultry production, rabbit farming, and then grass cutter. Just to get yourself involved with any of these activities, and it will help you a lot. You won't think of only growing your crops. I mean, if your crops fails you, most farmers in Ghana depend on rainfall to cultivate their crops. But if it doesn't rain, and then your crops fail, you may want it rain to come at a certain period of time, of which it might not come. Some farmers might also need much rainfall, but they will not get it. So if you have these activities going on and your crops one or the other way around, it fails, this will not fuel you. So I want to encourage you as a farmer, don't just depend on only crop production, but involve yourself in these alternative livelihood practices in agriculture, and it will help you. My name is Samuel. Let's plant today and harvest tomorrow. This is Farm with Someone. Just do want to subscribe on YouTube and on Facebook at Farm with Someone.